Hello, this is John from TC Math Academy, and let's go ahead and practice arithmetic by solving this problem here. And of course, we're going to need to be extra careful because I want you to do this problem without the aid of your calculator. So what is the problem? Well, we have 5 times 1 plus 3 times 9 minus 1, all that divided by 6. What is this equal to? Again, do this without the aid of a calculator, because if you use a calculator, it's going to take all the fun out of it. So we're talking about the order of operations. So what type of operations? We're not talking about operations like, okay, the order of operations. First, I need to get a foot surgery. Then I need to get a shoulder surgery. Then I need to get LASIK eye surgery. That's not the kind of order of operations we are talking about. What we're really talking about here is mathematical operations or mathematical operators. So in mathematics, if you have two numbers, let's say I had like 2 and 7, well, I can do different things with these numbers, right? I can perform what we call a mathematical operation on them, right? So various mathematical operators would be multiplication, would be one of them. So here, this is multiplication right here. Of course, we have division, we have subtraction, and we have addition. So these are what we call mathematical operations. Now, when you have a math problem with all different types of operations going on here, i.e. multiplication, division, subtraction, addition, the order you do this problem, okay, we just can't take any order, because if I did addition first, and then subtraction, and some other person did a multiplication, then division, the order you do this work is going to generate different outcomes, different answers, right? So there's got to be a very specific order to do these operations, i.e. the order of operations. And we can remember the order of operations by our lovely phrase here, PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And let's talk about what that means here real quick, okay? All right, so P stands for parentheses. We're going to do everything inside parentheses first. And if we have parentheses within parentheses, we're going to work on the inside parentheses. Now, the P here also really kind of stands for grouping symbols. So if you have like brackets, those are also considered parentheses, and these little squiggly brackets as well. Or basically, where the P is not just strictly parentheses, it's brackets, it's these little squiggly brackets, it's grouping symbols. Okay, so that's what the P stands for. So that's the first thing we're going to be focusing on. E is exponents. You can just kind of think of this as power. So the E would be, if you see things like 2 to the third power, this 3 is an exponent. But this is what this is referring to. You're going to do that next, right? So some of you might be saying, why don't they just put that as a P to represent powers? Because if we had parentheses and powers, we would have two P's. It would be confusing, so that's why we have an E there. Okay, so that's what that is. Now here is probably the most classic part where people confuse or get confused with the order of operations. So M and D is the next one. Now some of you might be saying, well, why don't you just do M? You did P, you did E, why don't you just do M first? Or are you doing both M and D? Because what you do next is multiplication or division. It all depends what comes first from left to right. In other words, if I have multiplication and then a division from left to right, I'll do multiplication first and then division. However, if I have division first and then multiplication, I got to do division first, because it comes first from the left-hand side going to the right-hand side. Very, very common misunderstanding when it comes to the order of operations. And then lastly, we have A and S, which is addition and subtraction, and this works the same way as multiplication and division, whatever comes first from left to right. Okay, so that is basically everything you need to know to do this problem. Of course, you should have your basic number operations down, but let's go ahead and get into the order of operations right now with this particular problem right here. Okay, so what are we going to do first? Well, we're going to... Are you struggling in math because of confusing lessons? Maybe the teacher's not showing you all the steps you need, or things are happening too fast. Well, there is a better way. So come on over to my math help program at tcmathacademy.com. There you'll find clear step-by-step instruction by me that will definitely make a huge difference in your math success. So make sure to check out all my courses by following the links in the description. Focus in on our PEMDAS, right? PEMDAS, it's just a checklist. And we're like, okay, we certainly have parentheses. So which parentheses should I be focusing on? Well, we have the outside parentheses, we have brackets, which are, basically considered parentheses, but we have the innermost parentheses, these right here. So you're going to go inside those innermost parentheses and do whatever math work is in there. Okay, so here we have 9 minus 1, which of course is 8. No big deal there. So what comes next now? All right, so now looking at the problem, I have 5, I have parentheses, I have brackets right here. So these brackets right there are the same thing as parentheses. So I'm going to focus in right inside of these second the inner parentheses with the problem as it's written right here, which is, of course, what's inside the brackets. So now when I look at that, I got 3 times 8 divided by 6. So I have multiplication and I have division. So I'm going to do what comes first from left to right. So what comes first from left to right? Of course, that would be multiplication. So we're going to have 3 times 8, which of course is 24. And notice here, I'm just kind of continue to write the rest of the problem. I'm not trying to take too many steps here. So that'll be 24 divided by 6. So now, proceeding on, what's 24 divided by 6? Well, 24 divided by 6. Again, I'm not done with my work inside the parentheses, right? So I got to continue to go and finish all the work inside the parentheses before I can kind of leave that parentheses. So 24 divided by 6, of course, is 4. So now that's done. I have my brackets here, but technically if you wanted to, you could just drop those brackets because there's nothing more to do. And now we're left with this last set of parentheses. And of course, there's only one thing to do inside of those, and that is 1 plus 4, which of course is 5. And now we have 5 times, anytime you have a number outside of parentheses like this, that means a multiplication. So we have 5 times 5, which of course is 25, which of course is our answer. Okay, so hopefully this all makes sense to you. Again, some of you might be saying, well, I'm taking algebra. This is like too basic stuff. I need some stuff with some variables and equations. Well, listen, if you don't understand this, you're going to struggle in algebra. There are too many students taking advanced mathematics kind of blew through their foundational work, right? Things that they really should have mastered. And they're having a tough time with more advanced math because they didn't really practice kind of the fundamentals. So I'm going to suggest that if you're struggling with some of these things, check out my Math Foundation course. It's a little mini course, but I really go over all the basic math skills you need in order to be very successful in algebra. Right? So I'll go through things like the order of operations, percent, place values, decimals, fractions, all that kind of good stuff. So if you're a little bit weak with basic math, that course will really help you out. All right, so with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.